Peace be upon you. Today we're going to dive into the story of Prophet Adam and see how it relates to thinking and using of the intellect in the proper way. Okay. The parable of the story of Adam in the Quran relates how the first man failed to use his intelligence properly by following the misguided impulse of his free will. He disobeyed God and ate the forbidden fruit. At this point, he broke the primordial sacred trust and disobeyed God. Adam's failure to reflect and use his free will, which is consonant with the needs of the spirit, resulted in Adam's discharge from the primordial heaven. At this point, Adam, the servant of Allah, had disobeyed him, who was his master. And Adam, the vicegerent of God, he asked for forgiveness. He regretted this and began his spiritual journey to become the prophet of God, aware of his spiritual legacy as he had as a vicegerent. We said, O Adam, dwell thou and thy wife in the garden, and eat of the bountiful things therein, as where and when you will. But do not approach this tree, or you will run into harm and transgression. Then Shaitan made them slip from the garden and get them out of the state of felicity in which they had been. We said, get ye down, all ye people, with enmity between yourselves. On earth will be your dwelling place and your means of livelihood for a time. Then learned Adam from his Lord words of inspiration, and his Lord turned towards him, for he is oft returning, most merciful. But those who reject faith and belie our signs, they shall be companions of the fire. They shall abide therein. So Quran, Surah 2, verse 35 to 38. Okay, so the two modes of Adam's use of intelligence are still available to contemporary man. We can still use our intelligence and mental faculties purely for material success in the physical plane, which is short-term and destructive. This short-term thinking is the root cause of the dilemma of humanity in the 21st century. We need a new paradigm where we can use our intelligence and our free will to grasp the essential spiritual knowledge to advance us toward the path of total success and salvation. By harmonizing the use of our faculties, intelligence, and free will, coupled with the need of our spirit, we will be able to grasp the essential knowledge of God and tune our intelligence towards the realization of divine purpose. Wise man can think intelligently and act on intelligently using his free will that ultimately leads him to the love of Allah. Through the integrative faculty of mind, your aql, he will develop sincere faith that will direct spirit towards its real destiny with the divine. To love God totally with our mind, heart, and spirit will bring us closer to God, who is the supreme being, and to be loved by God in return, which is the object of ultimate loving desire, creates inner blessing and a feeling of equilibrium.